In 1312 Isabella would give birth to her first child and son with her husband, the future King Edward III. At this time Edward was still supported by Isabella's family at court, but was also increasingly reliant of the Despencer family. Hugh Despencer had joined Edward's inner circle as the monarch was building alliances for revenge of Gaveston's death. Isabella would travel back to Paris in 1313 with her husband to seek further support from her father at the French court. During this visit, Isabella would be injured when there was a fire in her tent. She and Edward would return to England with the support from her family that they needed at the English court. Out of this visit an event occurred which has become known as the Tour de Nesle affair. Isabella would present embroidered purses to her sister-in-laws at the French court. When she discovered these purses in the possession of Norman knights at the English court, she would inform her father of the affairs her sister-in-laws must have been having. When she discovered these purses in the possession of Norman knights at the English court, she would inform her father of the affairs her sister-in-laws must have been having. Her other sister-in-law, Joan of Burgundy, would be imprisoned for 1 year but later be released. The affair would taint Isabella's reputation at the French court. Edward and Isabella's troubles at court would deepen in 1314 as Edward's English army would be dealt a catastrophic defeat by the Scots at the Battle of Bannockburn. This would lead to the barons, led by Thomas of Lancaster, increasing his power in the English court. Thomas would also turn against Isabella but denying her household any funding. Edward's reign would take another financial blow as well when the country suffered a great famine starting in 1315. For a brief moment there would be joy in Isabella's household when she gave birth to her second son and child John. But this joy would be short-lived when a pretender to the throne would appear in 1316. John Diedras would claim to be the monarch, having been switched with Edward at birth. After John Diedras was executed, Isabella would deepen her alliance with Henry de Beaumont to enable herself to attend council meetings. She would also keep Isabella de Vesey, Henry de Beaumont's sister, as her main advisor. An unproven plot by the Earl of Lancaster would see one of King Robert I of Scotland's generals, Sir James Douglas, attempt to capture Isabella whilst she was staying at York. Her near miss would lead Isabella and her husband to return to France again to seek the assistance of crushing the barons completely. In the meantime the king would deepen his relationship with Hugh de Despencer the Younger. Events would come to a head in 1321 when the Earl of Lancaster would force Isabella to beg publicly on her knees to Edward to exile the de Despencer family in the bid to avert a civil war. But Edward would plan for their return at the earliest safe opportunity. This would lead to show how little effect and influence Isabella had at the English court.